World famous. Love, love, love. It's your boy Big Dan. Is going down big dog boss status, man. We got a heavy hitter in the building. One of my great friends in the city, man. His name is Nisiar Smith, a credit fucking guru, a credit wizard. I got to give you the craziest intro ever. He got the cleanest blazer on with the Apple Watch, killing the fucking game. So look, man, we starting late. We got a strong half an hour of credit information. I just want you to go in, bro. So I'm going to ask you a question first. The other day you posted a video. We had these talks.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, this is a special vibe.
Yeah.
So I'm having a daughter, right? Generational wealth. I want to own property. My credit is a fucking 390 real life right now. Changed my life in 30 minutes.
So before... That's loaded. Listen, so first and foremost, I'm a financial education specialist. I correct Dan every time he does that to me, because Dan put me in his box of just knowing credit, but it's cool because that's one of the areas that I specialize in. But specific to credit, man, I really, this was something that wasn't taught to me growing up. It wasn't something that I learned in school. A lot of this became a reality for me by joining and being a part of the finance, being engraved into or immersed, I should say, in the finance world. Okay. Working in banking for the last 9 years and a plethora of different roles that have really enabled me to gain a sense of knowledge around credit, whether it's credit, budgeting, balancing your books at the end of the month. Whether it's buying a property, buying a home, whether it's on the investment side or on the personal side, insurance, investing, you name it. Like, I'm really a wealth of knowledge when it comes to all things financially related. Okay. True story. Last year around this time, which is August, because this year flew by. Last year in April for Financial Literacy Month at Rex Old Space, we did a credit workshop. That's where I met Dan at. And
Shouts out the Window Factory.
Yeah, shout out to the Window Factory. Only the true rec members know the Window Factory.
Real OG rec members.
Real OG remember the Window Factory. But the five flight of stairs or six rather.
It was six.
Yeah. Shout out to rec on that one. So I did a workshop then, and then I had the honor of bringing one of the three major credit bureaus to Philadelphia. We did a credit event in South Philadelphia, right off of Washington Avenue, where I brought Experian right here to Philadelphia. We did a credit event because one of the things I see a lot of, and I love that our people we're trying to educate each other and keep each other in the game of what's going on, but we have to make sure we're doing it in the most ethical way and also ensuring that we're giving the best information, right? You get people who wake up and just be like, oh, I'm going to be a credit repair expert. And those type of people, they make the hair on my arm stand up not because you're trying to do something to empower the community, but more so because we have been generationally put behind as African Americans in this country. And when you don't really have the necessary information or the background to be able to do something, waking up and saying, I'm going to teach finance is not something that has to happen. Right. It can't happen. I'm sorry. It can't happen. You have to put time into building your acumen around finances and understanding and actually living what you're preaching. Because some of the people, hey, I can teach you how to invest, but this dude ain't got no money in the stock market. Right? Or I could teach you how to do credit or fix your credit, but I got a 390. Or I can teach you, how to get life insurance, but I don't even have a life insurance policy. So it's like practice what you preach, which is why I've been so passionate about everything that I've been doing. I've been in this financial education game really over the last 5 years.
Talk heavy, Nas.
And for me, it's been more of how do I educate people, right? So I started this organization called, and it's no longer an organization because I've now shifted what I do, right? So it used to be called the People's Innovation Movement, right? And the ideology of this was that I was going to take the people, and together we were going to innovate and move towards financial freedom. That was the ideology of it. But then it grew into something. It morphed into this. Yo, man, I'm not doing enough. So I went and I sat down with my best friend and we created a program called Philly Financial Literacy Week. Right, we're going on year 3 this October, and the first year I did it, I mean, I was on every news station coverage in the greater Philadelphia area. I got a resolution from Philadelphia City Council. Earlier this year, I received a citation award from the U.S. State House of Representatives establishing Philly Financial Literacy Week. So I've done a lot of the legwork to really try to cement myself as an established a finance professional that can give you I don't want to say the best, because I'm not in competition with someone else who does the same thing that I do, because it takes a village to do this. I can't educate the world, but together, right, I can do it amongst other people that look like me or others that are also trying to, encourage the people that they're with. That's how we're going to really be able to move the needle in this country. We got to stop. Who's doing a better job at being a better community organizer? Or I'm the best. Or who's the best this, the best? No, it's not about being the best at that, right? Because that creates that competition. That's that crab in the barrel mentality that I don't like. I'm going to get to the, I see Dan.
I want you to go in. I'm listening to you.
Dan want me to get a little more specific with y'all.
Go in.
I got to highlight this. I'd be remiss if I didn't highlight this stuff first.
Listen, let me tell you something, bro. So, what time is it? You got 25. It's all yours. Talk heavy, baby.
So we got this mentality where it's like, hey, Dan is teaching financial education. I'm teaching financial education, right? And then they like, what you teaching? Man, that's And now I'm looking at Dan on the side. I like, yeah, I can't teach in the room with him because he competition. No, Dan not competition, because when we all walk in that same direction, can't nobody step on each other's toes. And that's the mentality that we got to have. We got to stop this competing when we're trying to educate each other together, right? That word team stands for together, everyone achieves more, right? Sticking together as a unisys to get us to where we need to be. It's not one person. It's not one business entity. I'm going to go live. I got to let my followers see me too, man.
Talk heavy, yeah.
I was on live the other day, man.
Talk heavy, man.
I got to turn this around.
I'm
going to sit it right there so they can see me.
Talk heavy, man.
It was this for me and especially over the last year, I just been really focusing on people that want the information, because you get a lot of people, hey, I want the help, but then when it's time to do the work, they don't want it. They don't want to put the work in. Faith without works is dead, right? So if Dan says his score is a 390, and this is by the way,
it's not really a 390.
No.
It's not that far away from the We're gonna keep it a beam.
But all right. So here we go. So the thing is, somebody can have a 500 or 550 credit score or FICO score, right? And then what'll happen is they'll say, "Oh, I need to get my credit fixed," and then you. Now, the average credit repair people that are out here, oh, yeah, I can get you results in 30 to 60 days. If someone can get you 30 to 60 days worth of results on your credit, you should not give them your business because there is no such thing. And that was one of my intentional parts of bringing the credit bureau to Philadelphia, because I wanted to squash that, right? So I take you even deeper, what I did to try to solidify myself. Because now, I'm just going to talk, right?
Talk heavy.
The credit bureau hired me as a contributor to tweet on Twitter for them on Wednesdays. How that sound?
That's
to
crazy.
to get a game out,
That's
right?
one-on-one.
To get a game out. I was blown away by it, because I was like, yo, like I'm gifted at being a financial educator. I love the title financial education specialist, because it doesn't put me in that one area of what I know. It kind of broadens the horizons, right? So, but anyway, back to this finance world part that I was just speaking about. That crab in the barrel mentality of, I'm competing with you because you in the finance field. No, I don't want to compete with y'all. Yeah. Let's work together and let's move the village together, right? And because what I teach you, I want you about to have a daughter.
My firstborn daughter.
Your firstborn daughter.
And I want to be able to leave her, like, I want to be like, my goal, like you were talking about the business brokerage accounts.
Yep.
So I was thinking, like, wow, I wonder when my daughter comes, how old does she have to be, or how soon can I set up an LLC? and then set up a business brokerage account in her name as a child. Is that possible?
Your daughter, you can open a brokerage account for your daughter the minute she take her first breath on this planet.
And it's in her name.
And it's in her name.
So
It has to be a custodial brokerage account though, because you have to operate it, right?
Wow.
But you can set that up. This the game that we missing because it ain't. Listen again.
Yeah,
we
so
caught up in the no. I can't let Dan know the information because then he gonna get better. He gonna be better than me. My goal is to educate people so they can be better. They can get a head start on the things that I didn't get a chance to get a head start on. And I'm only 25. Not that that's old.
I didn't even know you was 25, bro. I thought you was older than that.
Nah,
That's
man, I'm only
awesome,
25.
bro.
But not
God bless
that means anything, right? But I try to inspire, the people that look like me, and again, that come from where I come from, because I've struggled, and for 1 second, I don't want people to think that I'm a wasp or I grew up with a silver spoon in my mouth. No, I grinded my way to acquiring knowledge, and now I've used that grind to now give back to the people that want the information, right? And that was going back to my point, right? So now, and I was just talking to shout out to Will. I was just talking to Will in the hallway, and I was like, listen. You got people that have been blessed, and we talked about, hey, we need this break. We need this financial break. We need this financial break. And literally, we're in the middle of a pandemic, right? And you get people that are getting all types of money from different areas, right? Regardless of what it is, from whether it's unemployment or whatever, right? I ain't gonna get into all of that. Yeah. But this is your opportunity to take that money. Go buy an investment. Stop going and buying Louis Vuittons and Alexander McQueen's and all that stuff that don't got no value. It depreciates. We devalue and value here. We're going to keep going ahead and taking money and not buying assets. That stuff, I'm telling you, I be in the house ranting to my girlfriend like, listen, and she be like, listen, man, you got to go online and talk. So that's why I get on Instagram sometime and go on a rant because she get tired of hearing the same thing because I haven't been able to touch my audience as much as I would like, right? But I again, we've come into this blessing of money, and now it's time for us to have some ownership. Go and she's another financial guru. Her name is Aisha Selden, but one of her quotes that she always says is, "Go own some shit. Go own something."
Wait, you talking about the glasses, right?
Correct.
Yeah, she's a G. She's the godmother in the city.
Go own something. We got to start owning something. And I don't know if anybody was watching sports last night, but Andre Iguodala had on a jersey, and the back of his jersey, they all been having these the social injustice quotes on the back of it.
Right.
The back of his jersey said group economics.
That's crazy.
Group economics. Do you know how powerful that statement is? I don't think people really feel that.
Well, for the people that don't, let's break it down.
I'm gonna break it down to you in layman's terms. This is what group economics is. I'm gonna put my bag with your bag and your bag so we can get a bigger bag. That's group economics broken down to you. 1 + 1 is 2. If we put our money together, we can get a lot further than just me doing it by myself. And I preach that, and I live by it. That's something that I live by just in my own family dynamics, right? Here's something else I talked about not too long ago on Instagram. We got older people in our families, right? Mm-hmm. That want to leave a legacy. They may not have, any type of monetary assets to do that, right? They may not even own the home that they live in. It's something that I was able to do and structure in my family where we did $1 million policy on my grandmom, and the 6 of us paying into the policy. And at the time of her death, everybody gets $425,000 that they walk away with. And guess what? It's tax-free. It's tax-free.
Crazy.
So I told my grandma, I said, Grandma, don't worry about it. I get it. You worked hard. You went through a lot of different things that I can't even imagine. But here's how you can benefit the family in your absence to this world. Is by being able to allow us to set up a policy so that way you're taken care of, right, in terms of your external shell that we're going to now put into the ground. But then also we are all able to benefit from that and be able to take that money and go and invest it.
So are you all of y'all are I guess would you say custodians over the policy? Is that how it is?
Yes.
So it's one person that
No. Everybody's a beneficiary of the policy.
And y'all all pay on the policy.
Everybody pays on the policy every single month. Okay. That's one hack that people don't even realize how that's tax-free money.
That's crazy.
That's called tax loophole 101, which by the way, I got by the side of my bed in the house. It's a book. I call it my Bible.
It's like this thick, right?
I
think you had it on here a while ago, right?
Yes, I did.
You did, yeah.
It's tax loopholes, and every day I'm just going in, I'm reading it because in order for me, right, and I have a socialistic heart, right? But I understand something here. In order to distribute money like a socialist, you must first collect it like a capitalist.
Say it again.
I'm gonna say it for the people in the back that didn't really hear me, right? Because I gotta say it again. In order to distribute money like a socialist, you must first collect it like a capitalist. This world that we live in, this country that we live in, is a capitalistic country. If you're trying to defeat the capitalistic country that we live in, you're not going to win. It's not structured for that. Right? It's not structured. I understand that, right? And I could sit here and talk about reparations, and we can get into all of those dynamics and conversations. But guess what? I'm not waiting on the federal government. I'm not waiting on nobody to come and rescue me and help me get towards financial freedom in my life. Are you kidding me? I'd be dead and gone by then. I'm using the economic resources that I have, and I partner with other people. There's not one business that I own, that I accumulate money from, that I don't have a partner for. And that's a known fact. And I actually have something else that's getting ready to transpire at the end of next month, right? It's not my PR person would tell me I can't announce it just yet.
We can't do it yet. The paper not signed
but
yet.
I want to announce it. But the thing here is, how can we
PR person?
Huh?
That's big shit. You got a PR person.
Yeah. How can we actually figure out how to move the needle? Don't be scared to invest. I went on this rant the other day on my Instagram, right? Some people tuned in, some people didn't, and it didn't matter.
It's about the brokerage account, right?
But not only about the business. Oh, we're going to get to the business brokerage account. Yeah. We're going to get there. We're going to get there in 1 second. Because I tweeted.
That shit was dope.
Twitter give me 150 characters. In the same way other people was giving the game, I'm giving some game.
Yeah, some game.
I'm giving some game.
Because I never knew that.
I run business banking for a financial institution. And this is what mass affluent people do in the community where I work. So with that information, I didn't hold it tight for myself. I said, I got to go take this back to the masses. And it's not something, it's something that I actually do. I have a business brokerage account set up for my businesses because I understand the art of that. But we're going to get there because my spirit is shifting there and I'm kind of like,
Yeah, no, go ahead.
So here's this. Matter of fact, I'm already on the topic. Here, we're going to stay on business brokerage accounts.
And just remember, we're going to have a caller call in.
We're going to have a caller call in?
Whenever you wanted to call in.
Okay. Okay.
So
just
whenever you're ready.
Tell her give me 5 minutes on this rant.
5 minutes?
5 minutes on this
rant. I'm going to call in 5 minutes.
Give me 5 minutes on this rant.
All right.
I got y'all. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. I thank all y'all for tuning in too. I got some people over here on the live.
Yeah. World famous radio, man. We got Nisiar Smith in the building, y'all.
Listen, if you own a business, right? If you own a business, you can open up what's called a business brokerage account, no matter how the entity is structured. For all my LLC people out there, that is not the only entity that's available. And I advise you, before you set up an LLC, you make sure that it's suitable for the business structure that you're going to set up. We got to stop just jumping to the LLC because that's the most common entity that's set up, but it's not always the most beneficial entity structure for the purpose of the business that you're setting up, right? So again, going back to the business brokerage account, you could be a sole proprietor, you could be an LLC, you could be a partnership, you could be a S or C corp, you could be a nonprofit, you could have it could be a trust. I'm checking off the box for everybody just at this point because everybody's within that structure, right? You set up a business brokerage account. So your business is accumulating $100,000 a year, right? That cash flow coming in, boom. You open up, with that excess capital, you got to have that rainy day fund for your business because stuff happens. We get that. Stuff happens. But with that excess cash, if you're going to continue to sit on it and let it sit in an account that ain't going to pay you nothing for it, you out of your mind. Because the risk is not in the investment, it's in the money that's continuing to sit. Money has to constantly be recycled throughout the economy, and it has to keep moving. If you're going to keep money in an account just because you're scared because you don't know what to do with it, come talk to somebody. Get with somebody like me to say, hey, help me figure out what I can do with this, right? But don't just sit on the money because you're scared to invest it. What they say, scared money don't make no money, and then we got a lot of different analogies that can translate into, you not being able to really put your money to work. Deploy your money. So if you put your money in an account, by the way, this ain't advice either. So I want everybody to know that this is not advice. This is not advice. If you got this business brokerage account set up, right? Mm-hmm. And you take $10, $15, $20,000 that you have in excess reserve from your business that it has generated over the last 5, 10 years, or whatever the term, whatever that timeline looks like. If you take that and go buy something as simple as the S&P 500 and for your business, do you know what you have just bought? So the S&P 500 makes up the top 500 corporations in America. Right? Now, here's something that you want to know about the S&P 500, right? In order for those companies to be the top 500, they have to have a minimum market capitalization, meaning they have to have a certain amount of money in assets in order to be a part of that distinguished group. And the minute that they fall under that, they get delisted from the exchange, and then they put the next top 500 company into there. So the money is going to come. The S&P 500, and then for everybody that's on here, Google it if you don't believe me, but it has returned historically for the last 90 years, it has returned 9.8%, almost 10%. You show me a money market or a CD or a savings account that is giving you that return on a year-to-year basis, not on the personal side, but just on the business side. You show me that. Show me that one. But y'all scared to deploy your money. So Apple did that 4-to-1 stock split. Guess what? If you had the S&P 500, guess what's going up in value?
Your stocks.
Oh,
damn. That's crazy.
But
how much money do you need to jump in with that?
How much money do you need to jump in on what?
And to jump into that situation.
Nothing. $0. It costs $0 to open up a business brokerage account.
Right.
In order to buy the S&P 500, you got to look. I don't know what it ended for the day. Most of y'all got this $1 billion app that's sitting on your phone that nobody uses called stocks.
Yeah, I got stocks.
Go pull that up. Pull that up. Tell me what the S&P 500 say today. Where it closed at?
Stocks, August 6th. S&P closed at $3,349.16.
33. So almost 30. Let's just say $3,300. We ain't gonna get into the specifics, right?
Right.
Look at the 10-year trajectory. If you took $15,000 or $20,000 and bought however many shares you bought, and you let that sit for that 10-year period, tell me what the S&P 500 was trading for in 2010.
Can we go back that far? It can go back.
Yeah, hit the 10-year mark on there. Hit the 10-year mark on there.
Oh shit! I'm at 5.
Let me see.
No, I see 10.
10. Right. Hit 10.
Oh wow!
So what was it trading for 10 years ago?
Wow!
What was it trading for?
Damn, bro, it's trading for $1,100.
Oh my God! It was trading for 1,000. What was it, Dan?
$1,121.64.
$1,120. It was trading for
10 years ago.
10 years ago, and now it's trading at $3,300 a share.
So that's wild.
So all my people.
So if I would have bought 100 shares,
come on, man.
I would be.
Come on, man.
And I never touched it.
Come on, 10 years.
I just left the money
Most people
alone.
don't want to put money away for one week.
Crazy. Yeah.
But you saying you can't wait 10 years to get a return?
That's crazy. I never knew that, bro.
And then when it dipped, you don't lose. Here's a news flash for you. You don't lose money in the stock market until you sell on a loss. Yeah. Because when the market dips, you buy more. That's what the most sophisticated investors are going to do, right? I'm literally having this conversation with a guy that got $50 million sitting in his business bank account. And he's sitting here and we talking about something else that I can't, highlight.
Right.
But we sit here talking. I'm like, yo, if the people in my community took this information back and changed, you would change the game.
I never knew that. I literally know guys that make $10,000 on the streets almost weekly, and they had no idea about. That's crazy.
So here's another thing. Here's another thing. Most people want to buy and get into real estate. Mm-hmm. That's been everybody's game, right? And if you're in that position, hey, I want to get into real estate, I don't have enough money to do it. What is one of the ways that you can do it? You can find 4 people, put some money together. But if y'all don't have the money together collectively to put it in, you can set up what's called an investment club account on the business brokerage side. So that $5,000 that y'all saving up a year, guess what you could do? You could throw it in the market so you can get some market appreciation while you trying to save up to get to your number. While you trying to save up to get to your number. And guess how quickly you're going to be able to get there. If you took $5,000 and you bought I'm just making this up, and you bought the S&P 500, and your goal, you thought it was going to take y'all 4 years to be able to have enough capital to go and buy your first property together. But because you were able to put money into that index every year, you got to it in a year and a half or 2 years because of the market performance. This is what people say when they say pay yourself first. That means go buy an investment. That don't mean go buy the kicks. That don't mean none of that. That literally means go deploy this capital somewhere to get a return. Here's something else I'm going to give out game on. I've literally taken, over the last 5 years of my life, I had $5,000 5 years ago. And I've taken this same $5,000 and I have recycled the same $5,000 in every asset that I have over the last 5 years. I have never, ever put another dime into an investment because I've been playing with house money for so long. Because I want to continue to compound. Anything extra that I put into it is a surplus on my behalf. But it's like going to the casino, putting $20 in and winning $500. Now house money is $480. So now you like, oh, I'm in the game. I got $480 of house money to go play with. Yeah. I've literally recycled this process because wealth building, right? Y'all heard Steve Harvey say it before. Y'all heard a lot of different things before. You could tune her in. I'm tuning her in.
All right.
So you've heard Steve Harvey say it before, right? You take 10,000, turn it into $1 million.
Hello.
I'm sorry. You take 1,000, turn it into 10,000. 10,000 into 1 million. 1 million into 100 million. 10 million. 10 million into 100 million. It's called repeating the same steps. See, wealth building is not for the weak because it takes time, discipline, and you gotta stay focused on what the bigger goal is.
Right.
It's the same boring ass steps that people don't want to follow. Oh, I can't follow that. That's too long. 10 years? 10 years? I gotta wait 10 years to see that? Yes, you gotta wait 10 years. Show me a billionaire that happened overnight.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jay-Z, 50-something years old. He wasn't a billionaire back in the 90s when he first started.
Yeah,
but he stayed to his grind for 20 years, and now he's a billionaire. You mean to tell me I gotta wait 20? If I only wait 20 years, I could be a billionaire for something?
Right.
I'm waiting. I'm patient.
Well, listen, we got this caller right here.
We got the caller.
We're gonna give it to you. We're gonna hand the phone to Nas.
Like
I said, we got about 5-6 minutes left because of the way our schedule was. So we got Brandon Tillman on the phone. She's about to buy her first property. She's doing her thing in the industry. She got good credit.
Thank you. What's your name?
My name is Brianna.
Brianna, pleasure to meet you.
So basically, we got 4 minutes, man. 5 minutes, 5-6 minutes. Brandon, ask a question to this man right here. He's gonna answer it in the best way he can. Go ahead. World famous.
Wow. Put on the spot. Well, as you may know, I'm about to buy my first property. Do you feel as if I should